Hello everybody and welcome to the final round of the Autumn Sprint Series. We are here at Hungaroring. Mr. Death Zone lines up in pole position, I think, for the first time this season. Is that right, Zone?
I believe he's in second place.
First for me.
He must be first place then. he was sitting in second place in qualifying when I didn't get disconnected, but it was really tight between him and THKKR for pole position at the final round.
Yeah, so they're about to round the final corner. Mr. Death Zone's shot up the order, as we said just before we started. And we are about to go green at the Hungaroring for the final time this season for the Autumn Sprint Series.
Green light,
And we are go. Really good start from Mr. Death Zone. Is that AJ to the P? AJ to the P is going to sneak through the middle. Down to the first corner, Mr. Death Zone leads. THKKR takes the lead around the outside of Mr. Death Zone, but it goes wide. Mr. Death Zone. Oh, and there's contact.
Oh, well wide for everybody there. Sorry to interrupt there, Bailey.
Fine.
Mr. Death Zone regathers himself. But up on the inside is THKKR once more. He's still looking around the outside as Mr. Death Zone. They're all still continuing then, so this is great fighting up front, Bailey.
Absolutely. I think Mr. Death Zone's got his elbows out today for the final.
Yeah, I don't know where he's found the turn of speed from, but he challenged for the win last week at round number 4, and he leads them away for the final round of the season. He was well off the pace at opening 2 or 3 rounds. He just didn't have the left with him, but he's finally gouged himself and really showing a turn of speed that we haven't seen thus far this season.
Oh, and CSX Isaac, sorry Simon, CSX Isaac just went straight on in the chicane. I hope he can recover. He's last now, so let's hope he can do some more. 38 minutes left, first lap.
Yeah, we've only got 14 winners and riders in the final round. Ampio, who is our Autumn Sprint Series champion, actually had steering wheel problems and issues loading up for the final round, so he is unable to join us today, but he has already won the championship. He won the championship last week at Zandvoort,
yeah.
And even if he didn't take part today, whoever finishes second place is still going to be 3 or 4 points behind him, so yeah, he didn't have to take part today and he's already the champion, but is all to play for behind. We've got 4 drivers all within 1 point of each other.
Wow.
So we have THKKR, AJ to the P, SV5 and Gerino all within 1 point of each other, fighting for that second place. So at the minute, sorry, I got my my drivers mixed up there. THKKR is sitting in 6th place in the table.
Oh wow, okay.
So it is AJ to the P, who is currently in 4th place.
Yes.
He is the lead driver in this battle for second place in the championship. So he just needs to sit tight, sit comfortable, not make any mistakes, and he can come home in second.
Yes, we do have a yellow flag, number 15. That's Militant. Militant has gone round, I think. It's not moving if that is. So it says number 15, doesn't it?
Yeah, Militant's got a problem.
Oh, and he's disconnected. He's gone.
Disconnected, which is very unfortunate. So already we are down to 13 drivers for this final round of the sprint series. And I was just speaking to Militant earlier on, actually. This was going to be his final round using Audi. He's got something else in store for us. Another car he wants to try out. Yeah, very unfortunate that we just lost him there on the opening lap of the final round of the Autumn Sprint Series.
Yeah.
As we look to the front, Bailey, is Mr. Death Zone. He's already pulled out a second lead over THKKR.
Yeah, 1.5, yeah. And in the back, Twitch Wakes looking to make a move for the second position, so this could get spicy.
Yeah, the Porsche on Porsche battle developing for that second place position, the number 14 and the number 55 machine. AJ to the P will be watching on closely,
absolutely.
looking to benefit if there is a mistake from either of those two. And they're just pulling away ever so slightly from Jorginho, who's sitting in 5th place, and he's been quite a consistent driver this series. He's had I think he's had 3 5th place finishes, and he sits in P5 now. So been very consistent with Jorginho.
I tell you what, though, I'm not going to take my eyes off AJ to the P, because he's on it. He's absolutely on it, and he's not letting Twitch rate go. And it's the least of Twitch rate's worries. He wants to get that 2nd position, I'm sure.
Yeah, we've got a lot of Porsches in this final round.
We do.
Yeah,
I was thinking that.
Yeah, I've just gone through the field now. You've got SV5. He is currently 3rd in the championship. No, is he 3rd or 2nd? I can't remember right now.
2nd, I believe.
So SV5 is 3rd right now. He's on 68 points. Jorginho is 1 place ahead of him, and in the standings he's only 1 point behind him, so that would leapfrog Jorginho into the final podium position of the sprint series, and it would demote SV5, which is he obviously won't want that to happen, so he's going to have to push like hell to find a way past Jorginho before this 40-minute race is over.
Especially, I think maybe Twitch Rate's going to want to challenge THKKR into the 1st corner. Oh, and he's dashed to the outside to make the move. And the braking THKKR keeping in position. Has he gone for the switchback? He's gone for the switch, but can he make it stick? No. Good effort from Twitch Rate. Lots of pressure from the Porsche driver. But just lurking in the background is Jorginho and AJ to the P. So this is good.
Yeah, so I think THKKR right now just hasn't got the speed in what he's doing. He's backing up Wake, he's backing up AJ, and that's letting Jorginho catch up to the back of AJ as well. So there's going to be a mighty old battle for that 2nd place position.
Oh yeah, because this is 2nd. Remember, this is more than just a podium position. It's 2nd spot behind the leader, and possibly a chance to catch the leader.
Yeah, and don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we have real trophies on offer for this sprint series, so these drivers are going to be wanting to claim those final podium positions to walk away with silverware after 5 hard rounds of racing. But this battle going on for 2nd place, Bailey, is just allowing Mr. Death Zone to get away. He's already 2 seconds in the lead. Which is really fantastic to see, because he really did have problems early on in this sprint series, so he's redemption for
coming
Mr.
alive,
As AJ gets it a bit
goes
wide.
A bit wide, yeah.
And there's a train forming behind THKKR now. He's definitely struggling with that Porsche setup. It is going to allow SV5 to catch up to the back of Jorginho, I believe.
Look at this train. This is a slipstream train. Is that AJ's getting challenged by Jorginho a bit now?
Yeah, and when Jorginho's on it, he's certainly spicy. He does certainly look for those overtakes. He's not one to shy away from trying to make a move. As he does get it a bit wide, he's going to have to wait to try and make a move around the outside or the inside of AJ to the P. We'll just run through the rest of the runners and riders, because the bottom of the field hasn't had any loves thus far in this final round. CSX Isaac does bring up the rear. He's got Stefan just ahead of him in the Honda. Black Track 98 brings his Aston Martin round in P11. We've got Ian TDI in the McLaren machine in P10. And I do believe Ian actually favours the Porsche right now, but rules be it that the drivers are not allowed to switch cars during the sprint series. But I think after this sprint series is done, Ian's going to say goodbye to the McLaren, and he's found some pace in the Porsche machine in other events outside of the sprint series. Then you've got Guga, Tico and Kaga in 7th, 8th and 9th. They're having a nice old battle between themselves. And SV5 is just a bit further up the field now. He's slowly gaining onto the back of Jorginho.
Yeah, and just to add, Simon, visually, just then that camera shot showed us how close these cars are. And if you forget all the times, 2 seconds, 1 second between Jorginho and SV5, they are really close. All these cars are really close. This could cause a battle, possibly for the lead, or at least podium position, because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 cars plus SV5 joining the pack now. The line the queue possibly for a podium position.
Yeah, it's a fantastic final round as AJ to the P is looking at the inside of Wake. Can he get the move done? Not this time round. He's going to have to back out of it, see if he can get back up the inside into this next turn. He hasn't quite got the legs to make it stick, as SV5 has indeed joined the back of this battle. Oh yeah, he's closed right up. Mr. Gatto now, he's 3 seconds ahead of this pack, so THKKR is definitely in the defensive mode rather than the attack mode, and he's got Wake just 0.3 seconds behind him trying to make a move. And what I've loved about this Pro Sprint Series, Bailey, is every single one of these drivers has been very, very clean.
Oh yeah.
It's been clean racing, it's been fast racing, and it's been some fantastic manoeuvres and moves when they've been able to make up positions.
Twitch really riding the curves, trying everything possibly, as they all go a bit wide there.
Maybe there's no track limit right there, Bailey. Maybe there's no track limit.
Yeah, possibly something we don't know. Maybe we should note that down.
But just to add to this battle then for P2, you've got obviously THKKR and Twitch Wake battling together, those two Porsches, but just behind AJ Girino and SV5. That's the battle for the second place and third place in this championship. Like I said, there's only 1 point separating each of these. AJ's in second currently on 69 points. SV5's in third on 68 points as Wake goes right round the outside. Can he make a move stick? He's going to have the inside line going into the next turn. He hasn't quite got the legs, has he, to make it stick? Yes, he makes the lunge up the inside. THKKR is coming back to him then. Brilliant side-by-side action between
look at AJ, look at AJ. Is he going to make the move around the outside?
Capitalising on this as well then. Who's the first?
He does.
Fantastic.
Oh no!
Girino has got
that was close. That was close.
In the space of 2 corners, Bailey, THKKR has gone from second to fourth then.
Yeah. And he was struggling. It's not something that he was hiding. It was quite obvious he was struggling a bit with the car. Oh, and AJ gets a bit slidey into that corner.
I think that move from AJ was very, very important because
yeah,
that's
absolutely.
From having Girino and SV5 on his tail.
Ass, yeah.
Nice terminology there, baby. That was that. But yeah, Twitch Wake then. He's got 3.9 seconds to miss the death zone. I wonder if he's going to be able to bring that gap back in with 27 minutes remaining. That's going to be the interesting thing because Mr. Death Zone was able to get away purely because the HKR was holding everybody else up. There's not many overtaking opportunities around Hungaroring because it's such a tight circuit. But unless you can make a move into that turn 1.
I think we need to pay attention, Simon. Let's jump down to Kagatako's in the Porsche and look at the damage he has on that Porsche down in last position. Something's gone on whilst this monumental battle's been happening and we haven't been paying attention. He's really struggling to, well, it's oversteering basically into every corner. It's not
I didn't
good.
see any yellow flags, so...
No, neither did I. But he is in last, which is not where he was.
No, Stefan's found his way past, hasn't he? No, Isaac was at the back of the field actually, so he's made up 2 positions.
2 positions, yeah.
Whilst we've been concentrating at the battle up front. There's another good battle going on then between Flat Track and Ian for that P10 and P9 positions.
Oh yeah.
And then there's another fantastic battle going on between Guga and Tico in 7th and 8th.
So much going on. So much going on.
But as it stands then, ladies and gentlemen, AJ to the P will secure 2nd place in the championship. He is sitting in P3, the final podium positions at Hungaroring right now. Twitch Wake just in front of him hasn't been at every single round due to other commitments, but he's certainly had the pace. If he was in this series after every single race. I'm sure he would be challenging for a championship podium position. And Mr. Death Zone, we thought they would catch him, but he's actually extending his lead. He's out to 4.5 seconds now. So he's got that Ferrari certainly in a good operating window.
Twitch Wake did a real good job that he made sure that however he took that position, he always wanted the outside. So he dragged THKKR to the inside. So when he went for the outside move, that move was done and dusted. And it wasn't certain for us, but I'm sure in his head he knew exactly what he was doing because he went to the outside, got the inside to the next corner, and got the move done.
In out, shake it all about.
Absolutely.
AJ then is actually right on the tail of Wake, so Wake hasn't had that pace to close up onto Mr. Death Zone, and it's looking like it's AJ to the P actually wanting to make a move on Wake now, which it's going to be hard to do. Like I said, he's not going to be able to find the way past with these sequences of corners. He's going to... Oh, Wake gets it all wrong! Ooh. Wake loses the rear end of that Porsche then, and he's dropped right down the field. He's off on the grass and he's lost that second place position. AJ to the P, the big beneficiary of this because he finds himself in the second place. THKKR, Jorginho and SV5 have all benefited, and Twitch Wake then is dropped down into 6th place unfortunately. He lost it all by himself then. There was no contact. And he's now sitting down in 6th place with it all to do after making that brilliant move right around the outside of THKKR. He's just undone himself by making a driver error there, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, to just go and look at the comments, a lot of people saying that, yeah, it's too much curb, and lost it. If anyone can win this race, wow, Mr. Death Zone's extended his lead to 6 seconds now, and we know how fast AJ can be on his own, but THKKR is keeping him busy.
Yeah, I think Mr. Death Zone took pole position then, and he's running away with this race. I don't think he's going to be challenged here today, but AJ to the P strength lies in those long endurance races. He takes a couple of laps to get up to speed, but once he's in that rhythm, he's certainly a force to be reckoned with. But I don't see him catching Mr. Death Zone now with 23 minutes remaining, and he's got his rear view mirror full of THKKR as AJ to the P gets it on the grass as well, so he almost lost the rear end of that Bentley machine. And THKKR is now looking for a way past back up into 2nd place then.
Yes, after we were saying THKKR didn't look very comfortable in his car, he seems to have pushed a button. And he's looking to make a challenge. SV5's looking to make a challenge, and Jorginho, is he going to make the move? Possibly in the next.
This is an important battle, Bailey. This is very important because this is for championship standings right now. SV5 needs to make a move on Jorginho to make sure he holds on to that 3rd place.
Oh wow, yeah.
In the championship, as Tag has got a drive-through then, so he must have abused track limits possibly to get that drive-through penalty. Yeah. Like you said, he picked up that damage, so he might as well. He should have come into the pits anyway. He's dropped right off at the back of the field then. But they're all starting to spread themselves out now, baby. Mr. Death Zone still 6 seconds ahead, and AJ to the P there just pulled out, I believe, a second of a 1 second gap to THKKR. Jorginho's almost 2 seconds further back now, so he's lost a bit of pace in this second half of the race because he's got his rear view mirrors full of SV5 trying to secure that 2nd place, 3rd place in the championship. Wake then hasn't really been able to find that form of early on, and he's sitting in 6th place. He might have just lost some confidence in his machine, as Tico and Guber have been in a race-long battle then for P7. Yes. These two are still battling it on between the Ferrari and Porsche. Because Ian's just languishing a bit further back in that McLaren machine. He's not having a happy time, Ian, in that McLaren. You don't usually see him this far down the field. But Flat Track is there in P10. Isaac's now closing onto the back of Flat Track.
Oh, he is, yes.
Because Ian and Flat Track have been battling, and then Stefan and Kaga are some way off the top 10, unfortunately.
I think we should pay attention here, Simon. SC5's gaining. Oh, he's gaining a lot. He was 2 tenths behind Jorginho. He's now dropped to 4 tenths. Is that Audi that much quicker in a straight then? Possibly.
Possibly, it might have just been a better exit.
Yeah.
Not necessarily a better top speed, but
We are at the halfway mark, still a long way to go.
Halfway.
so we're halfway into this race, ladies and gentlemen. 20 minutes to go in the final sprint race of the autumn series. Track temperature 24 degrees. It hasn't rubbed in entirely. We haven't got an optimum track, so we're just having to deal with a bit less grip than usual. But one who's making it work is Mr. Death Zone out in front now, 6.1 seconds ahead of everybody else. It's fantastic to see how much speed he's picked up through this series. Maybe the sticks behind his wheel, but he certainly found some speed from somewhere. AJ to the P then, and THKKR. THKKR is all over the back of AJ then, he's not letting him breathe. Jorginho's 3 seconds off this battle because he's got SV5 trying to make moves. Can he make it this time round on lap number 11? He just can't quite get the move done, SV5.
Yeah.
Jorginho seems to position that car all in the right places when it's needed.
Oh yeah.
And he's getting
as wide as possible.
Yeah, he's getting a good exit on the all-important corners where SV5 could potentially make moves if he was close enough. And Guga has found a way past Tico then. Tico in P8, Ian in P9 and Flat Track in P10, with just Isaac, Stefan and Kaga bringing up the rear of the field. He hasn't bothered pitting Kaga, he seems to be doing this race with that damage on that Porsche, which is, it won't be nice whatsoever. I've damaged my Porsche in previous races, and I tell you what, is a handful to drive even without damage, so he must be really feeling it there. It's nice to see him continue. There'd be drivers who would easily just throw the towel in, being this far behind with all that damage, or just park the car up and retire from the race. So it's nice to see him continue. As Mr. Death Zone then, as we just wait for the timing screens to update, 6.5 seconds is the gap to AJ to the P. AJ to the P having to deal with THKKR. THKKR, he seems to have found some pace then in this Porsche machine. This happened to him in the Kyalami event, I believe. He seemed to struggle early on in the race, and then all of a sudden the car comes to the car comes to him, and he just finds a turn of speed, and he propels himself right back up into contention. Whereas Jorginho once again has been able to hold off SV5 then, and that's bringing Wake right into this little battle, which is not ideal for SV5 because he ideally needs to find a way past Jorginho to keep hold of that third place in the championship.
Yeah, it's all important for him. Really, really important. Because, like you said, that is it is trophies. Something he can, something he will have.
Yeah. So as mentioned earlier on, guys, Ampio can't be with us tonight. He during free practice he had problems with his steering wheel, which means he can't complete in the final round, which is lucky for him because he managed to secure the championship in last week's round 4, as AJ to the P, who is currently sitting in second place, will secure P2 in the championship if he can remain on the tarmac, to be honest, because he's ahead of Jorginho and SV5. They're the two guys that were battling in for that P2 position, and he's got some breathing space between those two who are having their own little battle. SV5 is at the minute going to lose third in the final standings because Jorginho sits one place ahead of him in P4. He's managed to pull out a 1 second gap to SV5 in the Audi machine. So we've got 4 Porsches in the top 7. As we got Wake just sitting behind SV5 then. He's not having the best of races in this latter half. With 15 minutes to go then, he's seems to be struggling with the setup now after that early off onto the grass. I wonder if they've just damaged his tyres slightly. Guga actually, now he's got past Tico, he's pulled away from Tico and he's actually closing on Wake, so we've got a trio of Porsches then in 5th, 6th and 7th. Tico's there in 8th, Ian's in 9th, and he's got Flattrack still right behind him in P10 then. There's been no changes for a few laps now as they are on lap number 15, 14 complete.
So, a question in the stream, Simon. Monza registration, when's that? Tomorrow?
So, Monza registration will be live tomorrow at midday.
There you go, Rockefeller.
We will have 3 splits on offer. I will put out a reminder notification a couple of hours before the actual registration opens, just to give drivers a chance to prepare themselves by their screens ready for registration.
Because they do go quick, don't they?
They do go quick, these one-off events, indeed, yes. As we turn our attention back to the action, Mr. Death Zone then completes lap 15, he goes on to lap number 16, AJ to the P is over 6 seconds behind, DHKPR sits in 3rd. Jorginho's there in 4th, he's managed to pull away from SV5 and Wake right now, so he is going to secure that 3rd place in the championship if he can just hold it together with 13 minutes remaining. As Wake is all over the back of SV5 right now then, so SV5 isn't having the best of days.
So the gap has actually come down to 5.6 seconds, so as Mr. Death Zone a little bit of maybe a tiny mistake, drop that 5/10. Oh! Mr. Death Zone nearly lost it again, so maybe he's struggling with the car now, the tyres, the temperatures or something, because he's sliding all around in the slow to high speed corners where you don't really want to be braking, you want to be lifting. I wonder if he's struggling a lot more. Let's wait for the times to update. It's probably down to... Is it? 5.1, yeah. So it's all to play for. If this, if AJ can keep what he's doing, maybe increase the speed a little bit, can he jump on? Are you having problems with your mic, Simon?
Am I? You just cat as well, Bailey. I'm not sure what happened then. Can you hear me now? I believe
I can, yeah.
Yeah, we're still here, we're still going. 4.9 is the gap to
4.9, yes.
Well, I wonder what's going on with Mr. Death Zone then with 11 minutes remaining. I wonder if he's actually jumped back into the seat for the final 10 minutes.
Well, I'm going to keep it...
I can't say that about Mr. Death Zone. He's been fantastic the last
He has, yeah. I'm going to have to keep an eye on him though, because it's these corners he's coming up to now in this second sector that he was really sliding around and trying to fight in the car. I wish I could go on board with him and
I do wonder if he's just had to put it into a lower map mode. Maybe he's running low on fuel.
Possibly. Oh, that's true. Yeah. Well,
so he's just had to slow it down ever so slightly to.
We know with the Porsches, they well, I struggle. I don't know about you, but I struggle with the low fuel runs with the Porsche, especially qualifying. I could do a good race run and I wouldn't spin, but as soon as I put low fuel in, I would spin in turn one at Suzuka. So maybe this is what's happening with Mr. Dessa, and he's struggling a little bit. He needs to adjust quickly. I hope he can adjust quickly.
Well, the gap's gone back up to 5 seconds, so it seems to have stabilised ever so slightly, but AJ to the P is pulled away from THKKR then. 1.5 seconds is the gap, so THKKR is all alone in that third place. There's a big old battle going on for that fourth place position, Bailey. If you want to go on board with Girinho, he's got SV5 and Wade all over the back of him.
Oh, twitch weight, looking to make a move into the final corner. He's got the perfect run, I think. This is like go-karting, bumper to bumper.
Yeah, SV5 is obviously going to be looking in his rearview mirrors rather than attacking Girinho, so this is all working in his favour right now.
Yeah, if SV5 loses this position, he's not going to be happy, is he?
No, it will confirm he will have lost that third place in the standings if Wade does make his way through. So we've got 9 minutes remaining, Bailey. The gap's still at 5 seconds between AJ and Mr. Dessa, and I don't think that's enough time for him.
No. Ooh, 55. Twitch Wake. Twitch Wake has got to drive through.
Definitely abusing track limits then.
Well, after 8 minutes to go, he's possibly going to lose. He's going to lose a lot of positions. It's not good at all.
Yeah, it will probably almost drop into the rear of the field then. Well, you'll definitely lose a position to Guga. You'll definitely lose a position to Tico. Then he'll be touch and go. He might reappear around P10, taking that drive-through penalty, which is very unfortunate because he was challenging SV5, and you can see here right now he's just backed off ever so slightly now. Then there's no point obviously challenging SV5 for that 5th place position as he does pull into the pits.
So, Simon, AJ to the P, down to 3.9 seconds, the gap.
It can't be 8 minutes to go.
Well, he's putting the foot down. I think he's, I don't know. We know how AJ is. He's fast and consistent, and this is what he's doing now. He's being fast and consistent. Let's see what the time says when it updates. 3.9, yep. So here we go. Is it race on for Mr. Dessa and AJ to the P? 7 minutes to go. What's that? Possibly 5-6 laps?
Well, the thing is, it's all going to be psychological for Mr. Dessa now. He's out in the lead. He's got 4 seconds. It was 6 seconds, so he knows in his mind AJ's closing rather rapidly.
Yeah, rather rapidly.
But it's whether he can just keep that composure just for 7 more minutes. That's all, just 7 minutes.
It's gonna feel like an age.
Yeah, THKKR has definitely dropped off the back then. He's 2.2 seconds away from AJ to the P, and actually Girinho and SV5 are slowly closing up onto the back of THKKR, but the real battle is between SV5 and Girinho, because that'll be for the final podium position in the overall standings in this championship.
3.5 the gap. It's coming down quick, Simon. I wouldn't jump to conclusions.
6 minutes to go. 6 minutes to
I know. I'm liking this though. This is keeping me on my toes.
Well, the rest of the field is pretty spread out then. We'll just go through the runners and riders with 6 minutes to go. Kaga's bringing up the rear of the field then. He's got damage on that push. We didn't see how he got that damage.
He's got some
But
serious damage,
yeah, he didn't bother pitting. He's just stayed out there. He's just trundling around at the rear of the field. Stefan's in 12th place in the Honda machine. He's 9.9 seconds away from Wake, who is now in P11, having served his drive-through penalty. CSX Isaac makes his way up into the top 10 for the first time this race.
Good stuff.
Flat track 98 then, he's dropped off the back of Ian, who's currently in P8. Tico's in P7 and he's dropped off the back of Guga, and Guga's in a race of his own right now. He's too far away from SV5, he's 2 seconds back, but SV5 and Jorginho, there's a second separating these two, and SV5 really needs to make a move if he wants to keep hold of that third place in the championship. THKKR then is 2.8 seconds ahead of Jorginho right now in third place, and AJ to the P is in second. The gap's gone back up to 4 seconds now, baby. So Mr. Death Zone is just managing that. He's managing that pace with 5 minutes left.
Yes. Oh no! AJ to the P. He's gone. He's gone round. He's gone round, and there's a THKKR. Is he going to take it? Is he going to take it? I don't think he's going to take it. No. Oh, I don't know what happened then. That was a wallop of curb, I think. And AJ's going to go defensive on the back straight, on the start-finish line. Sorry. THKKR's going to want to take the position here, I think.
These curbs are catching drivers out then. These drivers at the front of the field have been caught out then. Wake was caught out from second place, as was AJ to the P, and that's allowed THKKR then to close that 2 second gap right up to nothing. 0.3 is the gap between those two, and THKKR will look to capitalise. AJ needs to regather himself and recompose himself rather quickly if he wants to hold THKKR behind him. Jorginho's actually watching on then from P4. You can see it all happening. He's not that far behind him now.
He's not. It's developing nicely for the Porsche driver and the Audi driver. THKKR. Let's see if he can. I'm not too sure. I'm not gonna say too much. But I don't think he can. I don't think he wants to. Maybe he doesn't want to. I don't think he will. I wouldn't want a Bentley up my backside, especially a quick one like 80 to the P. If I got the move done, because I'm sure it would be a battle to the end if he did get the move done.
Yeah, he's all to settle back down then, I think. 3 minutes to go. THKKR has dropped back ever so slightly to AJ. As Mr. Death Zone actually, he must have gone wide as well, because AJ went off and the gap
6
was over
seconds,
6 seconds.
yeah.
Jinx. Mr. Death Zone, his lead's just dropped to 4 seconds now, so 4.5 seconds.
Keep an eye on Mr. Death Zone. I wonder if he is struggling with something we don't know about. Whether it's just the curbs he's got out of his rhythm maybe a little bit.
Yeah, so these runners and riders then, 13 left in the final sprint series of this season, as THKKR is looking for a move. He's all over the back of AJ to the P. As I was saying, this is the final race of the series, and these are your final 13 drivers who will cross the finish line to complete what has been a fantastic series overall.
It's been really fun, really fun. Yeah, really enjoyed it.
And I think the drivers have enjoyed it more than anything.
Hope so.
It's been SOP Motorsport's first attempt at a sprint series. We do 4 season series, so we'll have the summer, autumn, winter and spring series, and they all last 2 months each. This first series we done was just five races long, but we're going to extend it to 6 races for each series with a month's break in between each one. So the next sprint series will be in December and January will be the 6 race series for Pro and Am. Obviously after this Pro sprint race we'll have the the AM sprint race
Alright, man.
at 8:30, so that'll be in about 20 minutes. As Mr. Desson then is on the final lap of this entire series. He comes round turn 1. He's led from the start, Mr. Desson. He took pole position. He was challenged early on ever so slightly by THKKR, but he just dropped back after he just didn't have the pace early on, and he was swamped by Wake, AJ and Gerino. And he's recomposed himself to find him in P3 right now. He's got 2.6 seconds, a 2.6 second cushion as Gerino leads SV5 for the final time, which means as long as they hold it both together, Gerino will secure that 3rd place spot in the series. Ampio is the winner, the championship winner. He isn't with us tonight. AJ to the P is in 2nd, and he will secure 2nd place in the championship. Gerino then, he was only 1 point behind SV5 going into this race, so he will get ahead of SV5 and take that 3rd place position as long as it stays like this. Guga's there in 6th, Tico in 7th, Ian in 8th, Blacktrack in 9th, and Isaac makes the top 10. Wake just outside in 11th, Stefan in 12th, and Kaga bringing up the rear of the field. Are you riding on board with Mr. Deathzone, baby?
Oh yeah, yes we are.
Okay, brings them round then for the final time.
To win.
The flags are being waved, and he will win the final round of the Pro Sprint Series, ladies and gentlemen. AJ to the P crosses the line in 2nd and will take 2nd in the championship. THKKR is 3rd. Gerino crosses the line in 4th, but will secure that 3rd place spot in the series standings. SV5 brings it home in 5th. He'll be gutted to lose out on that final podium position. Guga's there in 6th. He'll be happy with that. Tito brings it home in 7th. Ian crosses the line in 8th. Blacktrack in 9th, and Isaac in 10th. Wake is right on the tail of Isaac as those two cross the line together.
And that's after the drive-through, don't forget. So that's why he's
Indeed, yeah.
where he was.
Stefan comes round the final turn then to bring his Honda home in 12th place. He wasn't happy with the Honda, Stefan. He wanted to change cars early on. He had the option, but one of the rules of the Sprint Series is if you change car during the series, you'll score a 0 round, and he didn't want to do that because
it's not worth it.
There are points on offer in 1st right through to 17th. As Kaga then does bring them round to finish the Pro Sprint Series, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in for this season-long battle that we witnessed. I'll hand over to you, Bailey, just to say the final words.
Yeah, so we do have the AM next. Is that the final?
No, so the AM
it's
Sprint
not the final.
Series is round 4 because we have to reschedule a Zolder race, if you remember.
Yes, I do. I was just not sure. Anyway, yeah, thank you very much, guys. Really good stuff. A lot of comments. 120. Make the 120 comments. Very active in the chat. Thank you very much. And see you in about 20 minutes.